There's been an interesting civil war happening, I think, in regards to Epic Games Store, the Epic Store, and Steam and gamers and PCMR and Metro Exodus. And a lot of people are really not happy with Epic Store coming in and offering up this exclusive contract for 1 year for Metro Exodus to get the game on their storefront for cheaper price. But the exclusivity is just pissing off a lot of people. Now, I've come out and I've been in support of this, and I still am in support of this, by the way. That hasn't changed. I feel paying for exclusivity is something that these companies do. I'm not against it. I'm a console gamer. That's where I stand. That's my opinion on it. But at the same time, you can still get it. You're not being barred access outside of downloading a new client. And to me, that's not a big deal. But listen, you guys are free to feel differently, and I'm pretty sure the comment section will 100% disagree with my stance, and that's okay. That is okay. But I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like it when I see headlines like this, because this is where things get bad for everybody. 4A Games devs say if PC players boycott Metro Exodus, the next one will not launch on PC. Now, this dropped yesterday. A lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people were furious at the 4A dev, at 4A as a company. They were just like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck everybody. I'm out. I'm done. Peace out. I'm out. And it makes sense. And they're every right to feel that way. They are every bit right to feel that way, because that is just the worst possible reaction. That is the worst reaction for a developer to have, where it's like, if you don't like it, we're not going to put it on your system. Not a good idea. Okay. Not a good idea. But here's what he says. The reaction of a certain category of players, online pirates, torrents, and all that, is hardly adequate. It seems that people did not want to play the game and were waiting for an excuse to spew bitterness. It turns out that for years, we, the developers, have been trying to do something special and painfully with losses. But a certain number of players believe that our work is not even worth a couple of minutes to install the Epic launcher. Naturally, it's their life and their right, but then what do they care about this Metro game? Obviously, they are not interested in it. I can only say that they were not our fans. Our work is not interesting to them, and therefore I am not interested in the opinion of such people. What is the point of listening to their opinion personally and not only? But let's take a closer look at the situation. Someone says that by shitting on the Exodus and the previous games in the series, he will make the world a better place for greedy developers. I can answer that in the extreme case. If all PC players boycott this Metro title, then the next entry, if it is to be released, will not be on PC. It will be for better or for worse. Decide for yourself. I personally feel sorry for the devoted fans, yes, but my assessment of the work done by me and my friends and colleagues will not change. I know for a fact that almost everybody who spills crap online is incapable of doing a piece of what we have done, and I hope we will do it again. Now, here's the thing. That is a developer throwing some serious shade. No questions asked. But he's got a point, to be fair. He does. I'm not saying he's right, but he's got a point. His anger, his emotion has a point. This is something, for one, that was out of his control. And people are saying, we're going to boycott the game. We're not going to buy the game. We're going to shit on the game. We're going to review bomb the game. We're going to attack the game. We're going to hurt the game. So in his mind, those people that are saying that and that are actively doing it on Steam and other places are attacking his creative work because of a business decision outside of his hands. So he went out there and he lambasted people. He threw down some tea. He spilled that. He let his emotions fly because he's human, and humans get mad and humans say things. But what I'm talking about him being kind of right here is the situation involving the PC games and whether or not they will continue to release on PC. And this is a reality that I think some PC gamers out there fail to realize, that certain games, if they don't do well on a platform, they may not release future entities on that platform. Now, that is an extreme case. It is likely not to happen 100% and across the board, but I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility. If there is no financial viability in releasing a product on a particular platform, a company is not going to do it. If Metro realizes that it sells far, far, far more on Sony or Xbox, or hell, even maybe the Nintendo Switch down the road, they may opt out of going to PC. They just may. Who knows? I don't know. But the thing is, he's not entirely wrong from a business-based perspective. Now, should he have said it like that? No, not at all. He should have definitely formulated his thoughts better. He should have definitely talked about it better and put it out there in a way that wasn't going to come across as attacking the fan base, because that's what it was seen as. It was seen as attacking the fan base, even though in his mind, these people aren't fans. And again, I understand his mindset completely. When someone is, this is almost like it's almost like a battered wife syndrome, if I'm being honest. It's, oh, I'm gonna give you 2 black eyes, but baby, I love you. Yeah, like that's what it feels like. That's what it probably feels like to this particular guy. And he just lashed out in a way that wasn't productive and only fueled the fire and fueled the rage and fueled all the other stuff that went down. Because today, Metro themselves actually responded in a twitlonger here saying, the recent decision to move Metro Exodus from Steam to the Epic Game Store was made by Koch Media Deep Silver alone. The recent comments made by a member of the 4A Games development team do not reflect Deep Silver's or 4A Games' views on the future of the franchise. They do reflect the hurt and disappointment of a passionate individual who has seen what was previously nothing but positive goodwill towards his work turn to controversy due to a business decision he had no control over. We respectfully ask that any and all valid feedback over this decision is directed at Koch Media, Deep Silver, and not the developer at 4A Games. The future release strategy of the Metro series lies with Koch Media, Deep Silver. Our decision to partner with Epic Games was based on the goal of investing in the future of the series and our development partner at 4A Games. We have every intention of continuing this franchise, and a PC version will always be at the heart of our plans. Now, look, that could ultimately change, but this is a very PC response. But there is a little bit there to kind of take a look at, to kind of disseminate. It says here, this doesn't reflect our feelings, but this reflects this person's feelings. And I would say by default, or even by maybe association, it reflects the feelings of a lot of other people that work for 4A Games, because this is what they dedicate their life to. They want to tell these stories, they want to make these games, and they're stuck when it comes to publishing publisher decisions to move over. They have nothing to do with any of that. They have absolutely no say in any of that. But because they are the developers, they are therefore seen as the bad guy. They are therefore treated as the other. And then they get bombarded and bombarded and bombarded by people who are not all fans. Some of them are just trolls wanting to talk shit. And that can compound. That can very easily compound. It can very easily make a person hit their breaking point and just go, like, F you, I'm out sort of thing. And I think Metro's response is pretty good. They are definitely shifting the blame to Koch Media, because Koch Media is a faceless conglomerate. They don't care. Deep Silver is a publisher. They also don't really care, but the developers, they care. They're the ones who put in the blood, sweat, and tears into making these games and making sure that they're as good as they possibly can. And they want you to play them. They don't want you to not play them. But the guy was mouthing off. And again, I think he's got a point when it comes to sales. If people don't buy the game on PC, it may not come to PC. Yeah, they might say we have every intention of continuing the franchise, and a PC version will always be at the heart of our plans. It might be at the heart of their plans, but if the publisher comes in and says, "Listen, we're not selling on PC this time," right? We're not selling on PC, so why don't you, we're only going to be working on consoles going forward. And that could be for a multitude of reasons. And especially when you look at the idea here about why they partnered with Epic Games, because it says our decision to partner with Epic Games was based on the goal of investing in the future of the series and our development partner at 4A Games, meaning that Epic went to them with a bucket load of cash and was all like, we would like to put your game on our launcher. We're going to offer you a better deal. You're going to get a lot more back-end money and, upfront, you're going to get a lot more money out of this. And it's going to be what it is going forward. And at this point, listen, if Steam wanted to come in, if Valve wanted to come in and counter the offer, they could have offered something better. They could have offered something better and gone down that path and made it a bidding process, which then would have, I think, ultimately benefited the consumer in the end. So this is where Valve has to step up now. And that's, again, what I was trying to say before, is now this whole thing's in Valve's pocket. It's Valve's corner. They have to step up. So before people sit there and accuse me of being anti-consumer or whatever, look, this is a business decision by the publisher. I'm not necessarily a fan of it, but I get it. I get it. I think that Valve needs competition. I've said that before. I stand by my claims on that one. I've been disappointed in them since the CSGO lottery stunt, and I want them to finally feel that there's pressure from somebody else. You may not like Epic. That's entirely fine. You may want to get the game on Steam. Again, that's entirely fine. I think ultimately that's probably where a lot of people are going to wait to get it there. And by the time it comes out in a year, it's going to be discounted in price. It's going to be patched to all hell, and all the DLC is going to be out. So you're going to get it at a cheaper value, a better deal, just a little bit down the road. Or if you can't wait, you can take a couple minutes and install the Epic launcher, and then pay $10 less than you would over at Steam. So it really boils down to you as a consumer how you want to spend your money. Spend your money, don't spend your money, that's on you. But the developers here are just voicing their frustration because they take the brunt of the executive decision. They, you're not, no one is review bombing Koch Media on Better Business Bureau, right? Or Glassdoor or anything like that. No one's going on Yelp and trying to find Deep Silver's home office and like, oh, they're a bunch of cucks. Like no one's doing that. You're going after the developers who have literally no say in any of this. They're along for the ride and they take all the shit. And that's the problem. That's a big problem with where we find ourselves in the context of this discussion. So anyway, listen, I look forward to your commentary. Again, a lot of you are going to disagree with my thoughts on this one, and I'm entirely okay with that. But please leave your thoughts below. I want to read them. If you guys made it this far, go ahead and type an Exodus in the chat so I know. And then if you feel like it, toss in a thumbs up because we're going to get a lot of dislikes. So why not counter that shit? I'll ask for what I want. Screw it. And I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day and peace out. Hey, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Since you're here, why don't leave a comment? Let me know what you think about stuff. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that as well. And you check out any of these great, fantastic, amazing commentary tracks by me. That's right. I'm not egotistical or narcissistic at all. I'm just your average, everyday, normal YouTuber. Thanks for watching.